Hello to our community group leaders. This is the teaching series extra for Sunday morning, October 1st, 2017. We are continuing in the teaching series called How to Be a Hypocrite. And we're spending some time in Matthew 23 where Jesus talks about hypocrisy. Now I want you to remember in the first 12 verses of Matthew 23, Jesus comments on hypocrisy. And then from verse 13 on, he confronts hypocrisy as he sees this in the Pharisees and in the scribes and the leaders of Israel. In fact, the first two condemnations, we call these the seven woes. The first two are so short, I think they're worth reading. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You shut the door of the kingdom of heaven in people's faces, for you yourself don't go in, and you don't allow others to enter in. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite! You travel over land and sea to make one convert, and when he becomes one, you make him twice as fit for hell as you are. These are two pretty scathing things that Jesus says to the religious leaders of his day. And I'm going to make a statement on Sunday, and as I'm giving it today, it still needs a little bit of refining, but it's essentially this, that if you call yourself a Christian and you're not a loving individual, you don't love God and you don't want to love other people, it would be better that you remained anonymous than to be an embarrassment to the cause of Christ. If you call yourself a Christian, if you consider yourself a Christian, but you don't live a very loving life, it would be better that you just not tell anybody than to tell people and to cause an issue for the cause of Christ and for people coming to Christ. So a couple of reading opportunities I would give you before Sunday, and you might want to use this in your community groups. There's an article that was published on Huffington Post. I'm looking at it on my computer right now. It's written by a woman named Sherry Faye Rosendahl, and it's called It's Okay to Love Your Religion Without Forcing People to Convert, the subtitle of which is American Christians, You Have a Really, Really Bad Reputation in This World. And there's a lot in this article that I disagree with, but there's some of it that I need to listen to. That basically what she says is you're trying to practice the Great Commission without practicing the Great Commandments. First, if you would just love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, then that might give some credibility to practicing the Great Commission and sharing others about Jesus. Again, if we call ourselves Christian and we can't be loving, let's just remain anonymous instead of being an embarrassment to Christ. One more thing I'm going to read to you before my time is up. This is an ancient piece by a Roman named Diognetus, and he's not a Christian, but he writes about Christians in his day, and I find this to be a very compelling thought. Christians do not distinguish themselves from other men by their country, their language, or their dress. They do not belong to any particular city. They do not set themselves up, as many others do, as champions of a human doctrine. They do not distribute themselves in Greek or barbaric cities according to prearranged divisions. They conform to local customs in regards to clothes and food and lifestyle, while bearing witness to the extraordinary and truly paradoxical laws of the spiritual republic to which they belong. What he says here is Christians are no different from anyone else, yet they are different. They are different, and that difference is compelling. That difference is intriguing, and we know as followers of Jesus that difference is to be love. That we are to love the Lord our God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves. And as we obey those great commandments, that gives us the credibility to practice the Great Commission. Thank you for your leadership, and as always, I'm privileged to serve right alongside you. May God bless you this week.